All right, YouTube. So I have Costa
Costa.
here. And so he has been a longtime subscriber and also client of mine, fitness client, has done really, really well. And he wanted to come out here and just, experience Romania, have a day and a half with me, right? So yeah, introduce yourself a little bit to the people and let them know who you are. And we'll go in and we'll just get a training session in and go through the day.
Okay. Hey, my name is Costa. I'm here to have a full body workout with Martel. I'm the client of his like for 3 months and I'm really excited about the result I have. Thank you.
Amazing. Let's get to it. This is different. I haven't showed you this one yet. This is what you get for training with me in person, man. You get something different. Up. One more. There you go. Easy, all the way up. There you go. Good. Shisha's right after this. Come on. For the shisha.
Let's go.
Look at that.
Oh, the shisha.
Look at that.
2 more.
If I just have to say shisha, you're good.
Nice one.
Good. That was it. Good work. How do you feel?
Perfect.
Perfect? You don't look perfect.
The triceps were the heaviest thing.
That's good.
Because of the shoulders. And I did them yesterday.
We put them through a big dog workout. That's what it was. Good one. Now,
I should do it
more often.
Every time, yeah.
Yeah, this is how you should feel every time, Good work. Now we have shisha, we have talking, sitting down. This is what we wanted.
Yeah.
So you're good.
That was
good job
fun.
today.
Thanks.
Let's do it. All right, guys. So welcome to a sit down that I'm having with, again, longtime subscriber, client, Costa. He's a great guy. We just worked out, crazy workout. We have some shisha here and we're just gonna talk, talk about different questions that you've come up with. I might have some questions as well that I'll ask you.
Okay.
And then we could just go back and forth from there.
Great, sounds great. Okay, so we have a list of questions. My friends really interested. They wanted to ask you as well, why Romania?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first question you want to go for.
First question.
So basically, well, my girl now, she's from Romania, she's from Oradea. So when we were in the US, the biggest thing was, okay, well, if we want to go somewhere else, right? Like where would be a good place to start? And so Romania was pretty much one of the first places that we came to. Obviously, she has a lot of family here as well. I wanted to go to, the first place I wanted to go was Thailand. But the time difference is crazy. There's a lot of things in Thailand. So coming here was good to start and just, seeing a new culture, experiencing it. And then from here, who knows? But so far, Romania is great. Everyone here is amazing. The culture here is amazing as well. Very welcoming. It's very different, but at the end of the day, I think it's a good switch up from the U.S. And the U.S. is crazy when it comes to culture. Here is very traditional, which I like a lot.
Nice. I hope to try the Romanian kitchen today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The next
The
question.
next question.
What are the most common mistakes people make when they start training with your program?
Yeah. I think the most common mistake people make is that they constantly think that they have to rush through things. Like they have to get every single day right. They have to, show up every single time and never skip and do all of this. But the reality is that the whole program itself is for lifestyle, right? It's to make sure that you do it for a long period of time, not just within the 3 to 6 months that you work with me. It's like for a long time. You've gotten the principles, you've gotten everything. Even if you miss a day or two, it doesn't mean you have to, the next day you have to do twice the amount. Like that's what people mess up, and then they get so stressed, they get frustrated, and then they either quit or they continue, but it still gets in the back of their head like, oh, I missed that workout that day. Or, oh, I missed the diet plan, the nutrition plan that day, so everything's done. No, it's something that, yeah, you can mess up, but I always say this on the first call, is like it's a North Star, right? So we always use your goal, and then if you mess up a little bit, we just reorient you back to what that goal was. Because it's 3 to 6 months. You have a lot of time to mess up, So it's not easy.
I skipped a few workouts.
Yeah.
But I understood the principles, and I'm going to continue with the program, with the lifestyle, with the nutrition, because for now I understood how to adjust my macros
Yes.
for my needs.
Yes.
And this was a great achievement. So my plan is to continue working.
Yes, absolutely.
Which exercise are absolutely essential?
For what?
For example, when you don't have time for a full workout, but you need to do something in less amount of time.
Okay. Essential, all compound exercises. So bench press, but we did flat bench today, but usually incline is more important. And then you have your squats. Do that either hack squats or barbell squats, some squat. It doesn't matter the variation. Barbell is good because, again, it's with the barbell. It's compound exercise. Pull-ups, very, very essential. I think they work all of your back, which you don't get it in isolation, which is good. You also have low rows. So like, when you just bent over rows with the barbell. And then I would also say the RDLs are good, or even deadlifts, if you can do those. I think it's trickier for people to do deadlifts because it's more technique. You can get injured easier. So I always say do RDLs, which is really good. What else? I'm covering almost every body part. Overhead press with the barbell as well. If you can do all of those, and I probably have a few other with the barbell, but like barbell curls, anything with the barbell is essential. And you can get a good workout in like 45 minutes if you do that. And I know people talk about sets, reps, all of that. We can get into that too, but those are the essential exercises I think everybody should do.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. And the question just from me came up. Why the full body is... I think that full body is better for burning fat, because I noticed that I dropped 2% in 1 month with full body. And when we switched to a regular split, I had I stuck a bit.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Why did that happen?
Yeah.
So with full body, you're recruiting all of your muscle groups within one session, right? Which means you're going to use a lot more energy, which means you're going to burn a lot more calories.
Okay, but you're working out full body 45 minutes, or you're working out legs 45 minutes. You're burning calories as well.
With legs over full body? Yeah, but the thing with the full body is, again, when you recruit all of those muscle groups, and so the reason why I even get people to start with full body, I get every client to start with full body, because you don't spend too much time in the gym. which means you don't get tired or you don't feel like you're there for too long. Because when you first start, you don't want to be in the gym.
Yeah.
That's what people are scared of the most. Like, oh, I'm in the gym every single day. I don't want to do that. You go 3 times a week. Because, I mean, the science at least shows if you work a muscle group at least 3 times a week, you're going to get hypertrophy, which is muscle growth, right? So you can shortcut that. If you do full body 3 times a week, you're going to gain a lot more muscle. And the more muscle you build, the more calories you'll also burn while sitting. So your metabolic rate goes up. So that's why it works better than splits. I always tell people, I'm like, splits sound cool and they work when you've gotten the fat down. But in the beginning, I know a lot of people start with that and they get frustrated because they don't really see many changes.
Yeah.
And I think bodybuilders started with the splits, but you also have to think bodybuilders take steroids. The average person doesn't.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna try to copy someone who takes steroids, you're not gonna get the same results as that person. Sure. So it's better to, do the full body, at least for a month. I had you do it for a month, right? And then transition, just because you need some variation to be stimulated and be interested. And you'll get faster results during that time. And then if you ever feel like you plateau, like for me, if I ever feel like I've plateaued or I feel like I need to reset, I'll do full body. Like I'm literally doing that now, right? I'll do full body for a little bit. And especially with fighting, I know there's people who fight in my audience. There's people who come to me who do Muay Thai or they do something. If you do full body, think about it. You don't have to go to the gym as much. You can train. I don't like going to the gym when I'm training the same day. So if I do full body 3 days a week and I'm training 3 days a week, that's 6 days. But I don't need to overlap training and then, I'm doing biceps today and then I do shoulders the next day and I have to split it. Less injury risks and more effective.
You told that people afraid. I remember the common myth when people are starting, they afraid to be big as Mike Hearn or Ronnie Coleman, and I was like, no, you're not gonna be.
You'll never get there. It's not possible. Like people, it's like saying, oh, I don't want to go play basketball like outside and learn drills because I might be just as good as Michael Jordan by accident.
Yeah.
Like that took Michael Jordan years, and he had the talent. He did everything he could. Like you're not gonna look like someone who's dedicated their whole life to lifting, eating correctly, 24/7. And you're an average person, and you're like, well, if I touch the dumbbell, I might look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like,
that's true. Okay. Are there any foods that you absolutely must avoid, even if they fit your calories?
Yes. Anything with high saturated fats or high trans fats, avoid those.
Like
as
Lay's?
much as possible. Yeah, like chips, and I'm guilty of it. I'll eat chips whenever, which is fine. Look, she knows I eat them a little too much. But if you're serious and you have a goal, like right now I'm maintaining. I'm not trying to look way bigger. I'm not trying to lean down too much. So I think people see influencers or people in fitness eating whatever they want all the time and they want the same, but you don't understand it. I told you at the gym, 11 years. Yeah. 11 years to be able to do this type of stuff, right? But in the beginning, you want to avoid that stuff at all. Any processed foods, just avoid it, all of it. Any excess dairy, I would avoid. Raw milk is okay if you heat it up or something like that is good. But any other type of dairy will affect you a lot. So dairy, processed foods, really processed dairy. I think like natural dairy that you get, like that you make like homemade, it's pretty good. But I would say if people just stuck to a whole food diet, they would see results even if they didn't know their macros, if they didn't know how many calories, because you can't eat too much whole foods. You get full very fast. That's a good thing. I mean, and I always tell people, you have to feel hungry. That means your metabolism is going up. So if you feel hungrier, you can bump the calories that you eat a little bit more, right? Because you're still gonna be in a deficit because your body's still burning a lot of the calories that you're eating. So I always manipulate people's macros and caloric intake in that way. If you feel hungrier, now I can bump the calories up a little bit, but you're still in a deficit because you're burning more. So people are always thinking like, oh, you have me eating a lot of food right now. I don't think this is a smart idea. And then they do it, and they lose
Yeah.
the weight that they didn't think they could lose in a small amount of time, you know?
I was doing it. I was eating 2,000 calories because I thought this is going to be a deficit.
Yeah.
But I was just dropping my weight.
Yeah. You just wait, and then you get skinny fat, right? Because the reality is your body will store any food that you eat if you're in too much of a deficit just as fat, because you're training it to believe that it's not going to eat anymore. It doesn't know when the next time it's going to eat.
Yeah.
But if you feed it with enough calories and enough macros and it feels satisfied, then it's going to use it. And especially if you're training consistently, it's going to use it. And so people think like, oh, I need to be in as big of a deficit as possible. And it's like, there's a limit to as far as you can go. I like to say the best deficit limit is 1,000 calories max. And you only do it for a short period of time towards the end, if you need to. But besides that, always keep it enough to where you can feed yourself and be at least good.
Makes sense.
Detailed answers.
Yeah.
Very
That's
detailed
nice.
answers.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That one nice. Cheat meals.
Cheat meals.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think they're good. I think everybody should have at least once a week to do it, because if you avoid it too much, then you're going to start to almost feel like you're missing something, and you're going to want it more. And then you're going to binge eat it even more because you never get it. And the good thing about cheat meals is they're usually higher in calories, right? And so you're giving your body, if you're in a deficit, you're giving your body a new flood of calories that are in. It can use it a lot more. And sometimes, especially when I was bodybuilding, people would get a lot leaner after the cheat meal day. Like, so before my show, I remember I had 3 double cheeseburgers before my show. And I was at 6% that day, body fat. And I got down to 5% the very next day after doing that. So it's good to do if you do it smart, but I think a lot of people, they eat cheat meals all day. Like, they just tell themselves, oh, I'm just gonna eat this, or I'm just gonna eat that. If you give yourself one day and everything else is clean, then you're good.
That's not my case. When I ate a whole pizza as a cheat meal, it was a large one.
Yeah.
Really big. The next day, my fat went up.
Because you did it too early.
No, it was 1 week ago.
Oh, then, I mean, it just depends. I think it depends on the person too. And it also depends on how consistent you were before. Because I know there's people, if they eat anything and they step on the scale, it just changes. But I think with bodybuilding, it was different because I was in such a crazy deficit that I just had to do it. If you're not in a crazy deficit, you can't really expect to lose something that fast. That's what happened to me, at least. But that's why I tell people, I'm like, let's do the cheat meals like later. Everyone's like, oh, can I have it now? It's like, well, you've been doing this your whole life.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you one now. So yeah, it depends on the person, but overall, I think most people should include it, even if you go up a little bit the next day, because you can always drop back down if you're consistent during the week, and you're not gonna crave it during the week, and it's not gonna be hard to stick to your diet during the week, which is the most important part.
For me, it's okay, like once a month or twice a month.
Once a month or twice a month. Yeah.
And next question, do people need to track every calorie in the app?
In the beginning, yes. In the beginning. So I say this because it's like when you ride a bike, right? You need training wheels.
Yeah.
Most people, they need to train their eyes on how much calories they're actually eating. Because some people think, oh, I'm eating healthy, or I'm eating less, and you're not. You don't know that you're eating empty calories. You don't know that there's no macros in some of the foods that you eat. You don't know. So if you track it, like for me, every time I have a new goal, even I will track if I actually have a real goal that I want to hit. I haven't had one in a while. But if I did have a goal, let's say I wanted to put on an extra 10 pounds, I would have to track everything at least for the first couple days, just so I make sure that I know. And then because I've done this for so long, I don't need to track anymore. I know what it is. And the good thing about the program stuff is that I just tell you what to eat, and you just have to eat it. You don't even really need to think too hard about tracking. You just input things. Okay, yeah, I ate this, or I ate this, I ate this, I ate this.
I'm tracking in my fitness pal.
Yeah.
And it works for me because previously I was not tracking.
Most people
and
don't.
I saw no results.
Because I think people think they're eating healthy.
Yeah.
And they're not. It's like, and I think healthy is a word, it's like subjective, like this is healthy, this is not healthy. No, does it fit the goals that you want? Like if I want to gain 20 pounds, a cheeseburger can be healthy for me. If I want to gain weight, right? But if I want to lose weight, it may not be healthy for me. All I think health is does it fit the goals that you want for yourself? Physically, from a like internal health perspective too, all of that.
And does it fit your macros?
Yeah, if it does, yeah.
Cheeseburger is not really about protein.
No, it's a lot of carbs.
The last question from the nutrition. What about alcohol? Do you drink it, and how it should be implemented in the diet if someone drinks?
If you do. Are you asking me personally, do I drink it?
And personally and for clients?
Yeah, of course I do. So Palinka is really big here in Romania, so I drink that a lot. Not a lot to the point where I'm an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic, but I'll drink it like on the weekends or something, or even like red wine, I'll drink that during the week too. I think for a lot of people, like I'm not an alcoholic, like in terms of addiction. So I can drink it and not feel like I need to drink it again for like a while. Like it doesn't bother me as much. Some people, I think they should avoid it completely because once they take one sip, it's like that's their coping mechanism forever. But if you want to do it strategically though, I would say if you're on some sort of like weight loss journey or some sort of fitness journey, I would have milk thistle before and after. I used to do that because it helps you with potential hangovers, which all a hangover means is that one, you're super dehydrated, right? And obviously you consumed something that was somewhat toxic. So you want to be able to detoxify yourself, helps with your liver. And also drink a lot of water and electrolytes beforehand, which is really good. And after as well. And what I would say for people who are trying to limit it, I would drink a glass of water if I was trying to limit how much alcohol I drank in between each drink that I have. And then just stick with light drinks. The dark ones will probably put on a lot more weight on somebody than like light, like vodka. Palinka is really good because it's light and it's fermented, right? So it's from fruit. It's not like, preserved. So it's good.
Palinka is not light at all. It's like 60%.
No, light as in light alcohol.
Oh,
Yeah.
like color.
Yeah, light color. There we go. So vodka is light color. Palinka, light color. Tequila, light color. But then
tequila.
yeah, tequila's crazy. But then you have like whiskey, dark color.
Yeah.
Rum, dark color. All of those are just heavy in calories.
Yeah.
It's very, very heavy. So
What about beer?
Oh,
It's,
no.
Estrogen.
Yeah, it's very estrogenic. I'll drink it sometimes, but I don't think it's something that, especially if you're trying to like improve your fitness, no. I would stay away from that, at least during the phase that you're trying to cut what you need to cut, because it's literally liquid bread.
Yeah.
That's it. So a lot of carbs, you get bloated, you put on a lot of weight afterwards, you feel it, you feel heavy. I would avoid it. I used to just drink hard alcohol if I really wanted it. I wouldn't even drink beer. Now I can occasionally drink it if somebody has it and they offer, sure. But hard alcohol has way less calories and you need less of it to feel anything. You need a whole case of beer to feel what you need to feel. And it's like, you don't need to do that. You know?
I used to drink wine, just red one, white, or Prosecco.
Yeah.
But I tried the thing with electrolytes. I tried the thing with water. I even drink the isotonic before
Yeah.
the wine.
Yeah.
But in my age, hangovers are too awful.
Yeah. I mean, you can't avoid hangovers if you get
You
to a
can
certain
just
age.
not drinking.
Yeah, if you do drink, just yeah, hangovers are just gonna happen. Now, obviously, don't drink too much. If you don't drink too much, you drink a glass.
But
you drink two
sometimes,
glasses.
like 2 or 3 glasses of wine, you still will feel that hangover. Yeah.
Depends on the type of wine that you drink, I believe.
I used to drink the Spanish Rioja. Red
Never
wine.
heard of. Oh yeah, red wine is good though, but it does depend. Like the ones here that are like made here, I never feel like I have like a hangover unless I mix. If I mix it with other things,
That Spanish wine is like hard.
yeah.
It's really tasty. It's and hard for you.
Yeah. That's probably why. Yeah, alcohol is a tough topic because people avoid it. They think it's bad, which it's not great. It's not gonna help you, but you can also keep it from hurting you too much and still be social if you just strategy.
I stopped drinking like almost a year ago, but I'm still social with my friends who drink occasionally, and it looks like not a problem for them and for me.
That's good. You have good friends.
Yeah.
Usually, they're like, "Why are you not drinking?" And then they try to pressure you, and a lot of people fall for it.
No, they know that I'm on my fitness journey,
Uh-huh.
so they cheer me up.
That's good.
Yeah. Next question about mindset.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for someone who consistently loses motivation and falls off a track?
I would say stop focusing on motivation because it doesn't really work. It's fake. It's like it's like dopamine, right? It's like you watch a reel, you get excited, then you do something for a little bit, and then it runs out, right? I would say instead of motivation, think about like inspiration. Like what inspires you, right? Like what is something that makes you want to do something for a long period of time? So usually it's a long-term goal that you see that you want to aim for. Usually when people lose motivation it's because they never had a long-term goal. They didn't know what exactly they were trying to do. They didn't have like an objective. And not a strong enough objective to really want it. That's another thing. Like usually the people who do well with the fitness stuff, it's because they know exactly how they want to look. They know exactly what weight goal they want. They know exactly what percentage of body fat they want to get to. And they want it because also they know what the benefits that when they have it, it comes with. So when you know the benefits at the end, this is why I made the videos early on YouTube is because I didn't see anybody talking about the benefits of this. So of course no one's gonna want to go through the process of doing it because they don't know what's gonna happen socially. They don't know what's gonna happen like to their overall life. They're just like, oh, I get in shape just to do it, just to prove that I'm healthy. But there's no like inspiration behind why they should do it. And so if you lose motivation, you should ask yourself, did I actually want to do this thing in the first place?
Yeah, makes sense.
Versus, why do I want to do this? What inspires me to do it? Like, for example, you may be inspired about doing like, for example, meditation or cold showers because you watch Batman and you want to become Batman. That's enough inspiration for some people to do it. And some people do it for a long time because they want to be that person. Or you watch somebody who you want their lifestyle or you want their idea. It's the same with Andrew Tate. Like he inspired a lot of kids and has made a lot of kids do things that they wouldn't have done before because he showed them the lifestyle that they want, which obviously if they go through the process, they're like, okay, I'm probably not going to get there. But at least it made them believe and they didn't lose motivation because they knew what the end result was going to look like. If you don't know what the end result's going to look like, you'll never be motivated.
The first video of your first video was about
Getting jacked will change your life.
Yeah. That's the first that I saw.
Yeah, and
that was awesome.
Yeah, because no one was talking about it. It was like, oh, I didn't know that it would help with business. I didn't know that it would help with women or anything. People don't know this stuff. So everybody's pushing like, yeah, you should track your macros. You should go to the gym every day. You should do this. And the normal person who has not experienced what it looks like to have the results is just like, why? And they may get motivated by watching you work out, but they don't have the vision of what it's gonna look like when they get the result. So they may watch your workout video and then go do something and then never do it again. Or they can know what it looks like to finally get the result. And they always have that vision in their mind every time they wake up. I wanna get there, I wanna get there, I wanna do this, I wanna do this. And then they go do it and they get the result.
Yeah. Every rep, every set.
You think about the result.
Yeah. What's the biggest thing you've learned as a coach?
Biggest thing I've learned as a coach. I would say one of the biggest things is that it's all mental. It's 90% mental for most people. I think a lot of people let their minds get in the way of them executing because it's only 10% execution. Once you have the mental dialed in and you know, okay, I'm gonna do this, and it's strong and distractions don't affect you, your self-doubt, limiting beliefs about yourself. You may, for example, with fitness, it's like you can look at yourself and say, oh, I'm not making that much progress, even though you are, but your mind plays tricks on you. And so you think, oh no, I'm not making that much progress. And then you just stop. And so that keeps you from executing the next day. Versus if you have a very strong mind and you're like, I need to go accomplish this, I need to get this done, I need to do this. And then that thought comes up and you already know, I need to destroy this thought. I have to reverse the thought into a positive thought, right? You do all of these things, you're gonna now get to a point where you can execute every single day, and that's 10%. That's the last 10%. But I've seen most people not reach their goals because they allowed one bad thought to change their entire journey. For anything. It could be when I was helping people with personal branding. It was the same thing. It was mental. The execution is just, okay, post every single, I literally told them, post every single day. I gave them a whole framework. This is what you need to post. Post this day. Post this day. The next week would come by. Did they post anything? No. Because they let their mind, they were like, well, I don't know if people are gonna like what I have to say, or I'm like, well, how are you gonna know if you didn't post it? But again, they let a bad thought come in. They're like, oh, I don't really talk well on camera. Well, you can't get better until you do it. So everything I've known, even with business, it's the same thing. It's all mental. People, they send 100 messages, cold outreach messages to get customers, and nobody says yes. And they just say, oh, nobody says yes, that means I'm shit at business, so I don't want to do it anymore. But they don't realize it's mental. If you flip that in your head, you're like, well, each no that I get, each denial is closer to a yes. So I want to get as many no's as possible to get to the yes that I want. And so it's like a flip mentally that most people can't do for anything. And it applies with everything. Work, same thing. You can apply for a job, you keep getting denied, and you're just like, well, people just don't like me. Like, oh, my resume is really bad. Like, and it's like, you could have had one more application that you sent in that person could have said yes, but you stopped because you thought, oh.
And every no is a lesson.
Yeah.
So you get a feedback that this thing you tried is not good enough. So you change things and try it again. Change, try, and finally you have a result.
And then people think it's luck, and it's like, no, you just tried a lot. You course corrected the mistakes, and you move faster like that. You know.
The next one is, which type of content do you personally enjoy creating the most?
I would say that's an interesting question because I like vlogs the most. I like how they're produced and how they look at the end. But in terms of like actually making it, talking heads, like just talking videos.
Okay.
Because most people don't know this, but I don't actually know what I'm saying in the video when I'm making it until I rewatch it. Like, I have no idea. Like, I know the topic, I know what I want to say, but the way I say it, I don't know until after. So it's like my brain just turns on, and then everything else shuts off, and then I just talk, which I like.
Yeah.
And that's how I did it in the beginning. It was all just, okay, I think of a topic, and then I talk about it, and then I rewatch it, and I say, oh, this was shit, I gotta redo it again. Or not redo it, but I'll make another video improving this one thing, right? And I would just do it that way. But yeah, I like the talking heads to make, and then I like the vlogs to see, like at the end, the finished product.
Talking heads is hard for me because English is not my native language. So I need more time to like
Process.
yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I think maybe I might do something in Romanian if I learn it. See if I can do talking heads in that. I think talking heads are easier. So what I do is I have like a mental movie in my head of like some situation that I'm talking about, and I'll just describe everything. Like emotions I felt during the time, or like, and I'll think about somebody that I'm trying to talk to, how they would experience it and what they can learn from it. So it makes it easier to talk like that versus a script or something that I have to know to tell somebody.
Okay, this is a popular question. If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self.
I would say don't be too hard on yourself is the best one. It's like, it's okay that you're not where you want to be. It takes time, and just enjoy the process. Like all of it, even the bad stuff, good stuff, all of it happens for a reason. I used to get very stressed out about little things that like I couldn't even control. But because I wanted something so fast, I would get so frustrated and it would mess up the progress. And I would make a costly mistake because, I would try something else really quickly. And then that thing could have been a big thing, which was a big pattern when I was younger. I had a lot of big opportunities that I left early because I thought, oh no, this is bad. It's a mistake. And then you go do something else versus just go with the process.
That's my favorite phrase, enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
And the last one is, I don't know how you comfortable with sharing plans, but what's your plans for the future, or maybe big goals, something like that?
Yeah. So what kind of plans? Anything?
Overall, yeah.
Obviously have children. I want to do that. That's a big one. Yup. I want to have my first fight soon here in Romania, which would be good. I want to build my business bigger than it could be. I want to expand beyond fitness and do something more like a network / brotherhood type of thing, because I think that's just better. That's a better interest for me. I like this type of stuff where you meet people in real life, you talk to people. Yeah. I think people are getting tired of just digital stuff as much. They're like, okay, what's the in-person stuff? And just keep going to new places, discovering new places and stuff like that. And those are the big ones, I would say.
Maybe visit Thailand.
Visit Thailand?
Visit Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my plan for next winter.
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone wants to visit Thailand.
Not only Thailand, the whole Asia. Cambodia, Philippines, Thai, Indonesia.
Japan.
Maybe Japan, yeah.
Japan is, I heard, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all the questions I had.
I have some
Thank
questions
you very much.
for you. Absolutely. So for you, what were your expectations coming into my program, and did it exceed your expectations, or did it meet or fall below? And you can be entirely honest.
Okay. The main goal was to make a video about the whole journey. Yeah. And I'm really glad and appreciate that you agreed to this. About fitness, honestly, I can say a bit exceeded expectations, because I really understood what mistakes I did previously. So with nutrition, with macros, with tracking calories, with the full body training, because I hate full body training.
Don't we all? I hate it too.
I never did them before.
Yeah.
So in overall, I'm really glad that we tried this. Yeah, I'm really glad. Thank you.
Of course. And you did great. I mean, obviously you had some hiccups.
Yeah.
Personal life
Yeah.
probably had some issues, but you did good. You bounced back when you needed to and still made progress, which was good. A lot of progress. So, and you still have a long way to go too. So,
Yeah.
it's
I
good.
guess I will be where I want to be in the June.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the goal. That's good.
I need 3% drop.
3% body fat drop is a lot, but it's possible. What is the best place you've ever visited?
That's one interesting question. My favorite, I can say my favorite cities. I really like New York because, I don't know, maybe because the whole my life I was seeing New York in the movies.
Yeah, of course.
I like Paris because of the architecture and I don't know, when you're walking on those streets, you feel, I can even understand some kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Obviously, I love my hometown, and maybe Prague.
Prague.
Yeah,
Prague is cool. I've never been there. I've heard about it. I've never been there.
it's interesting, but these days a bit crowdy. So I don't know, if you want to visit Prague, you need to be there on like Monday when everyone working.
Prague is good. Good to know. Am I like how I am online in person, or am I different from what you've experienced so far? That's a good one.
Maybe for me the same, because I saw your videos, I saw you're on Insta, and I know that you're tall because you said that you almost the same height we have.
Yeah.
So I expected like the tall, fit guy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Personality same?
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. That cuts it. That's all our talk for today.
Yeah.
Now we go out, we go eat, and then, yeah, call it a day.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching this one. Okay.